everyone. How you doing out there? Everybody good? Everybody good? Yeah. Okay, cool. Me too.
Excellent.
Good to be back home.
Yes, we missed you, Jay.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did miss you. We had an excellent guest host, Mr. Robert Jackson.
Indeed.
But I did miss you a little bit.
Just a little bit, that's cool.
Just that much.
That's all right. I was only going up a short little
So how was your trip?
Well, for the people that weren't here last week and everything, what happened is I went to Washington, D.C. to the White House for a panel on civic youth engagement.
Okay.
Which is really just a movement to get youth more involved in the political process, let them know that their voice does matter, and it was motivational. It was.
Did you meet a lot of good people? Did you get to see Barack?
I didn't get to see our president, but I did meet a few Congress members and things like that, and some other youth around the United States that are doing big things in their cities and stuff like that. So that was
awesome. Well, I'm glad you were representing for Detroit.
Yes, I have to represent Detroit.
That's how you do it.
Yes.
And just to introduce ourselves, in case you didn't know, my name is Jazmine Steele, and I'm representing NoBadNews.com.
And I'm Jay Rayford. According to Facebook, actually my name is Jacob Rayford. I'm on RevYourCity.com.
If we want to go by Facebook, I'm Lady Steele.
Yeah, that's Lady Steele
on Facebook. But my name is Jazmine Steele, and we come together to do this show because we're both passionate about the things that are happening in the city of Detroit. And we just love to banter and talk about all the good things in Detroit.
Exactly, because they deserve to be talked about. People have to know all the great things that are happening here. There's so much on the news and everything like that. We see all the negative stuff, and I, for one, I'm getting tired of it myself.
Right.
I barely even watch it. Actually, I'm not gonna put her out there like that. My mama. We was watching the news because she was following the Casey Anthony thing and everything like that.
Okay.
And some good news came on. She was kidding. She's probably watching it right now. But it was some good news. It was the girl had caught a flat tire or something like that, and the guy had went and paid for all her tires to get changed, and he ain't tell her name or nothing. Go ahead.
Tires are expensive.
I think she said he spent about $500-$600.
Oh yeah, easy.
And it was like, you don't need to know my name. You're good. You know what I mean? It was a gift from God.
I wish somebody would do that for me.
I'm trying to tell you. But listen, it came on twice, right? She's like, look now, I'm tired. You know, it's just that we're so programmed to seeing negative news and constantly that when we see good news and it's over and over again, it seems like, oh man, I've heard this story already.
Right.
But you know, so this is our effort.
We have some good news for the city of Detroit. Actually, Forbes magazine has named Detroit the best place to do business.
Forbes, yes. That says a lot for Forbes magazine.
That's good news.
Talking great things about Detroit. That's all.
And why do you think that is? Why do you think Detroit has been given that honor?
Well, they were saying that during the time that a lot of families with young children were leaving out, that was the time that a lot of young college-educated people, 35 and under, were moving into the city. So that age group and talent group rose to about 59%, I believe it was.
Okay.
And these are just college-educated people that are looking to do great things. And
here in the city.
And I think that the culture of what Detroit is building right now is you feel like you can craft your way, you know what I mean, in the city.
Yeah.
Go to New York, you kind of just like a needle in a headset, you know what I mean? Yeah, so.
It's very moldable here in Detroit. And also we have real estate. Lots of real estate that,
cheap real estate.
Cheap real estate, so you can come here and do business, get you a team together.
Mm-hmm.
And I see that.
There's some change.
So thank you for recognizing that.
Yes, and the business tax structure has changed, making it more lenient on different businesses and stuff like that. So.
Right, and just talking about the economic growth that's here in Detroit, also the Port Authority.
Oh man.
Oh, we've been excited about this. But finally, this week, July 18th, they're going to be unveiling it, right?
Yes, they're going to be unveiling the 21,000 square foot center that's going to house the command center for cruise ships,
right.
For the office spaces and all that, and some of everything.
Yeah, shopping available right there on the waterfront.
It's going to be quite. Okay,
thank you. He's such a gentleman.
Yeah, Detroit's got Jim. You know. But yeah, I mean, so I'm definitely excited about the Port Authority, getting some cruise ships up and through here, this water port over here, and creating more opportunity. I mean, we got some young, talented people that are here. We got some opportunity that's coming, and it's coming in abundance as well. And now we got cruise ships and stuff. Like,
right, I'm excited about the cruise ships that could potentially come here. They say that they're actually going to cruise between Detroit, Chicago, and Ontario. So you can get like a nice little getaway on the Great Lakes. I like that. That's cute. Really cute.
Anybody in here go on a cruise? Yeah, Chicago, Toronto.
Right. And the prices got to be right too, right?
Come on now, you know, the unveiling is probably going to be pretty cheap in the beginning.
Right. So now you can go and you can experience Canada, experience Detroit, Chicago. I love all of them.
I'm going on a Taste Fest cruise.
Taste Fest.
Definitely.
So we have some good shopping news too.
So,
And I like this for downtown Detroit.
so the anybody familiar with Somerset Collection?
Somerset.
Yeah, out there in Troy.
Yeah. It's a nice little 15-20 minute drive.
Y'all like driving out there? That's cool. It's about to come downtown. They're about to do mini shops downtown on Woodward at City Loss.
Yes.
And it's going to be just a bunch of different shops of different major retailers.
Right. Did you mention some names you said?
Yeah, I think one was like
Neiman,
Michael Kors, Saks Fifth, Haagen-Dazs.
Haagen-Dazs. I mean, can you imagine just being able to go on Woodward and go shopping? And I can't imagine it. Downtown Detroit.
Yes.
I'm
Somerset
excited.
Collection, that's what's up. So I mean, I really like this support, you know, within Metro Detroit. I mean, these are people that, you know, they use our name. You know, what I mean, that's Troy, but hey, they Metro Detroit, so they get love based on our name. You know what I mean? So bring it on home. Come on, bring it on home. So I'm excited about that opportunity. More jobs down here, and more chance to shop. Just keeping people down here longer. I mean, even amid the parking to 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to go in depth about the parking till 10 o'clock, but because this is the Good News Banter show.
It's going to be money that's used toward the cause for city services and stuff like that.
Okay, so more money for the city, which means a better services provided. But you know, I'm going to talk to a few councilmen and see just exactly where those extra hours, the money, where's that revenue going to go?
Let me see that itemized list.
Right, I would really love to see that. But as long as it's benefiting Detroit, you know, I'm for it. But I think a lot of people will have something to say about parking at 10 o'clock.
It's okay. I mean, they're going to complain at first, but guess what? The same thing out like in other cities as well. So we're stepping it up. I mean, we becoming a better city. We got to have better things happening within our city, and same just like New York and Chicago and things like that. The more we come up to them standards, those levels, the more that other things have to change too. So that's one part of it.
I mean, it's all about shopping in Detroit.
So let's hope that because the parking is at 10 o'clock, let's hope some stores stay open longer. I'm like, listen.
That's true too. It's the opportunity for businesses to take advantage of people being down here.
Exactly.
So maybe that will happen. And speaking of shopping, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to one of our sponsors, Charisma Couture. I want to, yes, they provided this nice rainbow dress for me today, and I really like it. I really like it. It's happy. It makes me feel happy.
Yes, and any male clothiers out there, I'm
We need to hook Jay up.
broad shoulders.
You want a rainbow outfit too, Jay?
I say rainbow, but hook me out. And you know what? If they want me to wear it,
I would like to see Jay in a nice yellow blazer.
I just came out for the South in the City fashion show.
Right, we did check that out. It was nice.
It was amazing. So
It was really nice to be in the city of Detroit, and I actually reached out to one of them, Diane Berry. She's awesome. I loved her dress collection. It was just, I mean, I felt like I was in New York or something.
Awesome.
Like fashion week. It was a really nice fashion show. So shout out to Ebony Rollins who put that on, and her entire team as well. So just shouting out businesses and letting people know we actually have someone here in the audience today that we'd like to shout out that is all about helping the youth in the city of Detroit and beyond. And we would like to bring her on, and her name is Miss Tanisha Bolden. Can we have her up? And just welcome the ladies to the stage.
Yes.
Come on over. Thank you.
Have to show our young men the way it's supposed to be done.
So get cozy, get cozy.
Hey.
So tell us a little bit about, we know that you have been doing a lot of great things in the city, and you have a new book that's out, and it's called This Is Why I Rock. So tell us a little bit about This Is Why I Rock.
Well, This Is Why I Rock is a self-empowerment workbook and journal that I created with youth in mind. As you guys probably know, I think we talked about it before, I have a housing program where I provide housing for girls. We'll be offering it for young men too that are preparing to age out the foster care system.
Right.
So in our housing program, we have 4 key elements to our curriculum, which is money management and budgeting, etiquette, of course, culinary education, and employment development. So our goal is, it's our goal that when the young people get to when they're out of the system, they won't still be dependent on systems to survive.
Right.
So in the housing program, I noticed 2 recurring things. Number 1, the clients allow themselves, with help of their unmentionables, to remain victims of circumstance. And so they don't learn that accountability becomes a responsibility and when that needs to become a part of their lives. The second recurring thing that I noticed is validation. You have young ladies who as early as 12 have been strippers or prostitutes.
Wow.
All because they heard the wrong person saying the right things and they had their validated. So This Is Why I Rock, we begin a series of statements and the young person has to finish it. But the purpose of it is to help them learn to become accountable and learn to validate themselves in personal relationships, personal improvements, and then goal setting and goal getting.
So Tanisha, why is this such, taking on this area in general, working with the foster care and youth, why was that so important for you?
Well, for me, it was important because I lost my mom when I was 10 years old to cancer. And fortunately for me, as a teen, because I didn't have that parental support anymore. And so with foster kids, I mean, for the most part, it's kind of obvious that they don't have parents or it's something wrong with the dynamics of the relationship because they're in the system. And it's just a way for me to reach back and help those young people that struggle with the same things that I struggle with, but reassure them that they still can make it out on top.
Right.
Awesome.
And I'm interested in this also because I haven't, actually, the lady who was kind of like my caregiver who raised me, I grew up around a lot of foster care children. She always had different children in her house. She actually adopted about 3 of them. So I grew up around that type of environment. And so I know what it's like, so to speak, for them to, age and get older and then wonder like, where's my support system? What am I going to do when I turn 18?
And a lot of times you'll see too that when they do turn 18, they're homeless because after they're out of the system, because of lack of funding, there's nowhere for them to go. So again, our mission between the book and the Bold Moves Housing Program is that you learn these life skills and that you want to go to college. You put yourself in a position where you're employable and you can get a job so that again, even though you don't have the support of the system, you're self-sufficient and you can support yourself.
Right. So, Ms. Bolden, what do you need from the community to support you in this effort? Of course, the Bible book and go out and support, number one.
But other things that the community can do to support is I began a This Is Why I Rock campaign. And so the book has received national attention. Just recently I've been asked to join the Beauty from Head to Toe 2011 tour. It's a 5-city tour. Now because I have 3 babies and a husband, I can't do all 5 cities because it's a southern tour. But I will be joining them in their last stop in Atlanta, Georgia.
Wow.
And so we want to bring that same type of positive energy to Detroit.
Right.
I'm working with a few local Detroit public schools to put the book into the school's curriculum.
Right, we were talking about that.
Yeah, we've created a 6-week youth action plan so that basically it takes us through the entire book in 6 weeks. And some of the schools, we're going to start with the students that are in detention, and then some of the schools are just starting with 9th graders, or starting with 5th graders. So the community can help because if you're working at a school, or if you work at the Boys and Girls Club, or if you work at Fields, Southfields, and different locations where there's a heavy youth value, the book by all means can help. And it's not just for at-risk youth, if you will, because again, even if you have both parents, you still need to know certain, understand certain skills.
Right.
That's what I love about it. It's not just the book, but it's the movement behind it. You know what I mean? And that's what. There's a lot of different things. You know what I mean? So you hit them with the 1-2 punch. You know what I mean? I like that.
The 1-2 punch.
Right. With love, though.
With love, right? I was excited that you said this is actually going to be in Mumford High School. I'm excited to see this in DPS all the way because so many of our DPS youth, one of the main things that we need is etiquette. They need to know how to act in class. So I'm glad to see this book.
I had a situation with a client before in my housing program. I made her mad. I told her the truth and she was mad. And so she texted me and she was cussing me out.
Really?
But the sad thing was that the only things that were spelled right were the cuss words.
Wow. Oh, really?
So it is kind of, it's not funny, but but at the same time, it's just kind of one of those things that these kids really just need help. If the only thing that you can pronounce or enunciate and spell is foul language, we need to get into schools because obviously it's not what the schools are teaching, but
the behavior.
Yeah, certain needs aren't being met, be it physiological, emotional, love, and belonging. Then learning cannot and will not take place. And I think administrators have started to recognize that, which is why it's going into the schools. And it's also going into potentially Berkmar Middle School in Georgia.
Okay.
They're doing the book study with the teachers now. And so hopefully if the book study goes well, which I'm sure it will, then the book will be in that school as well.
Well, awesome news.
Yeah, because I always say it, every year I probably always say it, but I just love how, one of the other factors, it is that they're surrounded. They're surrounded by other people that don't have proper English, don't have manners, don't have etiquette, things like that. So I think it's really important for us in Detroit to really get behind our schools, within the entrepreneurs and professionals that are in that city. We need to reach back into the schools. And not just on a one-time thing, but really developing a relationship with the students and stuff like that, so that way they have a mentor, they have somebody that they can look up to and because leadership is a huge part of it, and that's pretty much what you're learning with, you rock, you're your own person, you know what I mean, so.
Yeah, and sometimes with teachers, just kind of in their defense, you have to be careful with what boundaries you cross because parents,
absolutely,
family members, they want to come fight. You offer a certain measure of discipline, which is really support.
They stepping over your boundaries.
So teachers,
fine line.
Yeah, and it's like their hands are tied, and so this helps to bridge that gap or break those boundaries so that new school parents, if you will, can understand that it's not about stepping boundaries. It's about using the community to raise a child.
Right. Well, we thank you for coming on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for having me.
This is why I rock.
Absolutely. And it can be purchased on our website, www.boldmovesllc.com.
All right. Well, we thank you so much, Ms. Thank you. And Jay will support you like he always does.